all of you Goodwin Park faithful who are here once again to cheer on the girls. As you see in the pitch, we have got our Academy girls side who will be playing a pivotal part in our night this evening. They're making banners, supporting the girls on the sideline, and they'll be having games at half-time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome your two sides onto the field this evening, Brisbane City and your Olympic.
Well, it is now or never at Goodwin Park as we reach the final 4 weeks of the 2026 NPL regular season. A very good evening, everyone. It's round 24 coming your way with a Friday night special between Olympic and Brisbane City. James Coughlin here to bring you all the action on FQTV. And I'm very pleased to welcome for the first time Dan McElwain into the broadcast booth. Dan, welcome.
Thanks, James. Good to be here, mate.
Absolutely. Well, it is a lot on the line for both of these sides, starting with Olympic. Their finals hopes hanging by a thread. They need to win out and have a few favours go their way. They haven't had the best record against top four sides this season. Can they get something out of this game, though?
Yeah, I feel like they might tonight. There's something in the air. You can feel it here. The energy's high. I just have a feeling they've got some really good players. Who knows what can happen? It's that time of year when miracles could happen. Certainly
the case, although for Brisbane City, they suffered a big blow on their premiership quest last week, losing that game at Lions 1-0. But still a lot to play for tonight for them as well as they try to keep pace with Gold Coast Knights.
Yeah, totally. And they're a really good team, a lot of really experienced players. Yeah, I really love Richards in goal. Doesn't concede many, and I think tonight, she might pull it off again. Clean sheet beckoning. Shocking that the goalkeeper is a big fan of the goalkeepers in this match. Who would have guessed it? Got to be the goalkeeping union.
Well, speaking of those team lineups, there is Keely Richards for Brisbane City. But let's start with the home side Olympic. Their team, the goalkeeper Georgia Martell. Number 2, Vic Franklin. 3, Kylie Vecchio. 4, Monica Vecchio. 7, Callie Cowles. 9, Tia Upper. 10, Georgia Mutler. 14, Rio Oya. 16, Nikki Friedman. 17, Kiralee Phillips, captaining the side tonight. And number 39, Isabella Anderson. Just the one change from last week with Vic Franklin coming in for Eve Swain. Who have you got your eye on for Olympic tonight?
Yeah, Olympic tonight, it's an interesting one. Very, very good squad. Look, I'm not going to say the goalkeepers because that would be a bit of a giveaway.
I'll throw you under the bus for that.
No, all good. Look, Friedman for me, she's a must-watch. 2 goals recently as well. One was recently against Eastern Suburbs in late June. So, 90-minute player, plays basically every week. Plays very rarely taken off. Big play for them.
Certainly. Meanwhile, for the visitors, Brisbane City, it is a stable lineup yet again for coach Dante Sten. He's got Keely Richards in goal, captaining the side. Number 2, Ish Norrie. 6, Charlie Gibson. 7, Chihiro Oda. 8, Aaliyah Deverne. 9, Jonty Fisher. 10, Elise Franco. 18, Amali Kinsella. 25, Anna Hirakawa. And 33, Manon Burson. An unchanged team from last week at Richlands. Plenty of faith shown by Dante Sten, but that defence, Manon Burson had a great game last week in place of Mia Green. Can they do it again?
Yeah, I mean, Pardon me. Yeah, she did a great job in terms of taking off Mia Green last week, and I think she's kept a spot, well deserved. As I said before, in goals, Kelly Richards, it's really hard to get past her. But look, they've got experience all over the park. Can't go past Steph Latham as well. Legend of the game, legend of women's football.
Yes, one of the rare occasions where Steph didn't score last week, although I'm sure she'll be out to make amends for that tonight as we approach kickoff. And while we do that, let's introduce you to our referees. The person in the middle is Taylor Brotherston, assisted by Byron Lurch and Ronan Mena. Matt Stebbins is the fourth official, and this is the third meeting between these two sides. The first one was round 7 at Spencer Park, a 1-1 draw. Tatum Marzis and Nikki Friedman, the goal scorer. And then as part of the double header here at Goodwin Park at the end of May, 2-0 Brisbane City over Olympic. So we are ready to go. Olympic in their red and white, kicking from right to left on your screen. And we are tuning in. Very pleased to have your company, and we are underway. And it's Olympic lining up with, as expected, the Vic Franklin change, shifting their back line as well. And here is Muir on the ball, battling. It sounds like a healthy crowd as well. We saw the junior footballers out getting their pre-game photo with the senior team for Olympic.
Yeah, a lot of big players there. It's always a good moment for the kids, and I'm sure the Slovaki is the smells coming across the ground. It's a good night to be. Where else would you rather be?
Yes, well, one of the best canteens in Queensland, and I'm sure I'll get a message momentarily saying it is the best, at least according to Olympic. But there is a lot on the line as well. So Olympic come into this game in 5th place. They are still mathematically a chance of making the finals, but they need to win out and have some help. If they lose tonight, or if they drop points tonight and have Lions better their result later this weekend, that's it. They won't be able to make the top 4.
Yeah, it's an interesting one as well. If you look at the stats, Olympic are actually better away than home. So home game tonight, obviously, but it's a big game, and hopefully they can turn that sort of interesting stat around.
And there is Burson across in cover, and she looks like she's basically landed on her feet playing for Brisbane City with her first NPL start of the season last week. And also getting helped out by her teammates. Aaliyah DeVerne will have the tough task of marking Oya from this passage of play, and Muir gets her wish. Will take the throw in quickly back for Tia Apo, formerly of Lions and Souths. There's Latham. I'm trying to think of a position I haven't seen Steph Latham play across her NPL career as well. I think she hasn't pulled on the gloves. That's about it.
There's always time. There's still a few more games left. I think when you're that good, you can sort of fit into these roles where the teams need you, and still one of the best players on the park and in the league.
I'll tell you what, a handy mentor to have as well for some of these young players coming through City as well. I remember speaking to her about rejoining City, and she was just so happy to be back. She feels like she's a part of the fabric at that club as well, and they seem very, very happy to have the veteran player on their books once again.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong at all, and I think players coming through like Burson, you're only going to learn. It's hard to beat learning off her, and you've obviously got Richards as well, Ish as well, so it's a lot of experienced players.
That is certainly the case, but right now they'll be on the back foot here as Friedman caught out under her feet, and it has been a good weekend, a good week for Olympic. Last Sunday, their men's team secured their NPL safety with a win against Brisbane Roar B, and the Olympic women in their return to the NPL have actually had quite a good season as well. Even if they do miss finals, a 5th place finish is nothing to be ashamed about. No,
I think Cameron will be stoked with that. He's done it. Obviously last year they did excellent, getting promoted. Probably the best FQPL1 team ever, and they've done so well since coming up. Brisbane City may have something to say about that.
That is true,
actually. Yes,
it is amazing that 3 of the top 5 teams in NPL have all been promoted in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's a stat that you don't usually see too much, but I think it shows sometimes when you've got a bit of momentum coming forward. You can use it when you get up, and when you've got that energy and you've got those experienced players that can come in like City have had, it's very doable.
And it also certainly shows the value of investing in the respective women's programs. Franklin We'll get it down the sideline for the speedy Muir, who's afforded some space, and she'll play the cross in looking for Oya. Oh, that was close. Oya just couldn't dig it out from under her feet. Now back it goes Muir, take two, this time with the aerial delivery for Upper, and headed clear. And Kinsella will launch that up towards the halfway line, and both teams happy to start this game on the front foot.
It was a great ball by Muir there, just across the face of the goal. It's one of those awkward ones for defenders and keepers.
Clever turn by Anderson, who started the season in the under-23s and has just grown and grown as she's made her way into the first team for 19 appearances in all competitions as well. As you would expect with these two coaches, while the lineups may be similar to last week, I am noticing a couple of tactical shifts as well. Never wanting their opponents to get too comfortable.
Yes, keeping the other team guessing as well as us, James. So.
It's all part and parcel of it. They'll come back for the free kick. Shahira Oda will take the free kick. Burson
wants it, but it looks like they'll be playing a bit longer here.
Through the middle now. There's Hirakawa. Heavy touch is pounced on by Cowles.
That's a great touch.
Norrie just getting the wires crossed with Franco. It's almost the sister act tonight. We've got the Vecchios on one side. We've got the Francos on the other. It's all in the family. And both of these clubs. Here's Monica Vecchio trying to find Upple. Deverne winning the race for that one and just storming straight past Anderson for support, finding it in the form of Latham, and you never count out a Latham shot from there. And that's a beautiful ball through. Latham just can't get her foot to it.
Keeper does well.
Well, that's Latham is dangerous. You think she's going to shoot from 40 metres out, and then goes on a run and almost pokes past Georgia Martell. Kylie Vecchio linking up well with Muir. Getting it to beautiful ball through now. Up around the keeper, goal. At her back. Oh, she's put it over.
Did the hard work. Richards came out, made herself big, went around her, and just ran out of space in the end and put it over.
It was all there for Tia Apo, and she just couldn't get it on target. Maybe there was a little bobble.
Brisbane City will breathe a sigh of relief there as they start playing the ball out of the back again. It's, when you don't concede many goals, sometimes you need a bit of luck as well as good defending, and they got a bit of luck there.
Well, these games have been low scoring this season as well. Just a grand total of 4 goals in 2 games. Which way will tonight go? We'll have to wait and see. Of course, they did meet last season in the final, the Kappa Queensland Cup, as Olympic went on that remarkable run, knocking off East in the semi-final and getting 2 big days at Parc de Paris last year.
Should be the official name. I love it.
I've been pushing for it for almost a decade. It's going to happen one day. I really hope.
It's been an interesting, cagey sort of start. I think Brisbane City definitely having a little bit more possession.
And now through it goes for Hirakawa, and Martell quick to react.
Olympic just slow build out of the back, Martell pushing her team up and putting the ball on the deck and playing out.
Forward Vecchio playing in a more advanced role and on the right side. Inside Phillips under pressure, but able to get away from the on-rushing Franco. That's Cowles for Monica Vecchio. And no way through Burson, who read that one very, very well. And strong tackle by Kelly Cowles, the Canadian. How close she is to being a Canadian Australian. She's been around for a few years now. And that is going to be a talking to at the very least. Will there be any further discipline? No, just a talking to from Ms. Brotherston to Elise Franco.
Thought she was potentially reaching for the card there.
I thought so too for that stoppage. Either way, Phillips goes long and can only find Burson.
It's been another good start for Burson. You wouldn't know, would you? Second start.
Just her 7th game of the season in all competitions as well. But
Will come through.
Ooh, there we go. That is a good ball through as Franco now hits it first time, trying to find Hirakawa, headed up by Phillips, and never in doubt with Kiralee Phillips at the back.
That's it. Very well read. Made that look easy.
Kiralee Phillips, she's one of the key figures for Olympic, guiding them as captain to promotion. It's Kinsella battling and plays it to Norrie, who's got 3 Olympic players around her, but no worries for Ish Norrie. Now DeVerne out left, looking for Gibson as she'll go for the byline, but marshalled well by Muir. Did that go over the byline?
It did.
There we go.
Yes.
The assistant has flagged for a corner, but that is not a bad outcome for Olympic there as Muir tracking back smartly. Well, I still don't think she's convinced that football went out. That's the call. That's what we're running with. We'll just leave it at that.
So Fisher with the in-swinging corner here.
And 2 City players crowding out Martel.
I think it's going to be going right on top of the 6-yard box here.
It's a lofted
good
delivery,
ball.
punched away
As well.
by Martel, and Vecchio can't get it on the first bounce, but eventually clears it away, but only into Burson, and Olympic scrambling to clear their lines. Now a follow-up cross looking for Hirakawa, and might have just been a half-second of nerves there for Martel as that bounced up, but
An awkward bounce, but no, she did well there. I thought we were going to see a bit of a collision potentially.
well, Martel taking over the starting goalkeeper job round 3 against Lions, and 5 clean sheets to her name in all competitions as well for Martel. And we're talking about players that have come through and made the most of their opportunity. Martel has placed Ernie Sunderland, who moved to Moreton City. And that'll go out for a Brisbane City throw-in. Fisher will take one of the QAS graduates making their way around NPL. Or is that Gibson?
No, Fisher.
No, it's Gibson.
Yep. Good ball.
Upper inside looking for Oya. And now she'll try and play it through. It could land. Fortunately for Upper.
Fisher cleaning up the scraps there.
Jordy Fisher, she's a versatile player. I remember seeing her start a game at striker and finish at right back. So certainly Miss Fix-It, I think it's the term.
Another one. I think that's the marks of a good team, having players that can do that. It's not often you see a number 9 out at left back.
Well, the offside flag had gone up, but I think that'll matter too much. Just a reminder, coming up later tonight on FQTV, 8:30 kickoff. Capalaba are playing. They're playing Lions at Luxury Paint Stadium. I think my lights were off when I drove past tonight.
It's a tough game for Capalaba.
It is, especially with the potential relegation playoff looming. So now a chance for Olympic with Monica Vecchio. Monica and Kylie got their break in NPL with Souths, getting a start for Gary French's team after moving down from up north after very promising careers up there. And now here is Monica Vecchio, who had straight offside.
I think Olympic is starting to build a little bit more pressure now as the City sort of controlled the first 10 minutes. But I think Olympic is starting to get a little bit more of the ball and sit a little bit higher.
Shift of play just across the back line. So a quarter of an hour gone so far, Dan. It's been an even game so far. Both sides have had a couple of chances. Upper with the best one, but she just couldn't finish. And now City getting on the front foot as they'll look to some pressure on the Olympic back line. Hirakawa gets by Phillips, and now Hirakawa, edge of the box, kept her footing, and well played by Martel. Those ones are tough, aren't they, as a keeper yourself?
Oh, 100%. I think with the pressure, with the ball, players coming, to her as well, it's a tough one. And those little cross shots are they're always the ones that catch you as a keeper. But no, she does very, very well there. And I think, as you said, it's been an interesting start with I think probably the biggest chance going to Olympic, the little half chance with the cross. It'll be interesting to see if we get a few more in the next 15.
Kinsella. It's a very fluid City setup tonight with players popping up all over the park. And Norrie, always capable of pulling something out of nothing. Ish Norrie.
Yeah, a little reverse ball there to try and find some space, just cut out by the Olympic defenders.
Uppo calls for the running behind from Oyer and just overhit that a little bit. Smart header back by Oda.
Richards with a quick release and
Norrie turning effectively, getting it to DeVerne. Franco dispossessed. Franco had a number of chances last week, and uncharacteristically for her, couldn't really force too many saves out of Stella Campbell at Lions. But the general rule with that is that players like Franco tend to bounce back pretty quickly from those showings.
Yes, she's one miss closer to a goal, as the saying goes.
Hirakawa
does very well.
And just marshalled towards the sideline, and Phillips will play that one. However, speaking of former Olympic goalkeeper Ernie Sunderland, there she is behind the fence, just chatting with the subs, and I'm assuming giving some words of encouragement for Sister Lane.
Got a good eye there, James.
Still supporting her former club. Actually, her two former clubs, because she was actually part of the Sunderlands were both part of the Brisbane City promotion squad in 2023.
There you go.
First game of theirs I did was the Gap when they were playing at the Gap in 2019. So they've had a few stops around NPL and FQPL. There's Cam Folks as well, just keeping a close eye on things. At the Olympic presentation dinner last season, he was talking about how he always gets so nervous before a game as well, and as a former player, he's got to adapt his coaching style. But for someone so young, I've said it to him before, he is irritatingly successful for someone who's only just gotten into coaching.
I mean, he was a good player. I remember versing him pre-season when he was at Holland Park, and he was excellent there. And not all players become good coaches, but he's had a very, very good start. But I also you hear juniors that work with him as well, and it's hard to find someone that doesn't rate him as a coach.
Both he and Dante Sterner two of the younger upcoming prospects in the coaching ranks as well. And of course, locally, there is that vacancy at the next level for Brisbane Roar in the A-League Women, with Alex Smith getting an awesome opportunity overseas in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I think the pathway looks really strong, particularly in the women's game, and hopefully that next role will be filled by a local coach.
There's no shortage of options as well. Well, you look around the league into some of the names that stick out, even someone like Dave De Silva at the QAS program, who's brought so many of these players through since leaving Brisbane City after that grand final in 2024. So Franklin back for Martel, and she'll get it to Oya, who was the player of the season at that presentation dinner last season. 20 minutes gone, still scoreless between Olympic and Brisbane City. James Coughlin, Dan McElwain bringing you all the action on FQTV for this Friday night special, as Brisbane City trying to keep their premiership push alive. Olympic looking to keep that slim hope of finals football intact too. It's a big weekend coming up with the East taking on the QAS, but we also have the Kappa Queensland Cup second semi-final on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Edge Hill against Gold Coast United. Now Latham from range, and really getting that one on target.
Latham's yet to really get into the game, but as I said before, all it takes is one opportunity for one half chance, and
for someone as experienced as Latham, all she needs is 1 minute out of 45 or even 90 to turn a game.
That's it.
And a successful podiatrist.
Yes, no, I heard that. Her own clinic as well.
Yep. Right next to one of my favourite coffee spots. Vecchio looking for Apo. Burson stepped in front and headed that one away. Kinsella looking to kickstart something with Gibson down that left flank. It's a foot race between Franklin and Gibson, and Franklin is across and smartly concedes the throw-in.
Not taking this one quickly.
Waiting for some support, perhaps. For the benches for that throw to Franco. Now returning for that curling delivery, and Norrie was the target, but Cap was the first to it. Vecchio looking to link up with Apo. Instead will deflect to Monica Vecchio.
Ball kept in.
Anderson
Well worked.
gets it out to Franklin with room to operate. Gets it to Muir. She'll dispossessed by the backtracking Deverne, the only change to the starting lineup, coming in for T. Karaluka, who is on the bench. He has some pretty solid ties with Olympic as well. Saw the Instagram posts from Panegyri earlier in the year. You might have seen the good-natured ribbing coming from Brisbane City about Karaluka. At least I assume it was good-natured.
Yeah. Brisbane City's social media is one of the best and one of the funniest, and very high quality as well. Even their most recent signing videos and photos have been, excellent.
Yeah. It's Joel Arnich, leading the team there, and I think I saw him down behind the goal that Franco is trying to get a shot off towards now, but it's well read by Cowles. Apo dispossessing her opposite number 9, Tia Apo. Had a busy career already, and Anderson loses out to Hirakawa. Kawa on the turn, but trying to measure that pass, but Fisher stuck a boot out. Well, there's an option through the middle with Kylie Vecchio, but the pass just underhit because of the pressure.
City have regrouped quite well here as well.
For a couple of those chances for Olympic, and it's very much a midfield arm wrestle between the two. So we move towards 25 minutes played. So Franklin didn't see anything she likes, so she'll reset and just play it behind for Richards to pick up before goes out for a goal kick. Oda. Looks like she's playing as a third centre back tonight. Oh no, there's a slip, and Franklin is trying to get back into position, but right now it is Gibson. Then clipped to the back post, but no one was making that run until late, as Fisher is first to react, and Latham with a weak powered strike that Phillips was able to block away. Latham did score for Caboolture in that FQPL Grand Final last season. It was Latham and Phillips, the two goal scorers, before we went to penalties. Grand Finals this year are set for Spencer Park, coming up in second weekend of September. Kinsella, that left foot into the box and split the difference between Franco and Latham.
That was a brilliant Australia Cup game at Spencer Park this week as well, so it's all happening at Spencer Park.
That was so much fun. I mentioned this to you before, but I think one of the coolest sights from that night as well were Michael Valkanis and his two sons watching the game and riding every game like they were lifelong Lions members as well.
So, it was an incredible game, and I think it's great seeing the Queensland teams do well. And it's good to see the Brisbane coach also supporting a Queensland team.
Yes, gone
great
in
to see.
Gone in quite a lot on the local game, although the fortunes of the Brisbane Roar B NPL men's side haven't quite matched, as Fisher and Monica Vecchio just exchanging some pleasantries. And I was quick to ask the bench what was going on there. Latham for the turn, but nothing presenting. Oda shifting it out Kinsella. She's got an option out on the left, or she'll just go straight forward for Franco. Curling ball looking for Hirakawa with the header, and a good save by Martel. Rebound is still there. Phillips plays it away, but that was a good save by Georgia Martel of a beautiful delivery off that left side.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's one of the hardest saves of keepers, the ball when it's bouncing in front of you, judging the flight of the ball. It's, excellent save, good recovery, and defended well off the rebound.
And alert defending as well from Phillips, just to react quickest. And I think that was the first header that Brisbane City might have won all night.
Yeah, they've put a few balls in. I think that's where the chances have come so far for both sides, the crosses, and they've done well to get ahead on that. But it's well defended in the end, and an excellent save by Martel there. It's very, very good stuff from her. She's looked really, really solid with all these crosses coming in.
It's been a testing opening 28 and a half minutes here, as we're still waiting for that breakthrough score at Goodwin Park. It's round 24 of NPL Women's in Queensland. A lot of action coming up over the next 4 weekends, as this season will draw to a close. And then when the season has drawn to a close, we'll have finals. just for good measure.
I mean, we say it every year, but it's gone quick. It's hard to believe we're in round 24 already.
Yeah, I thought we were still in something team, but it's still another fast-moving season, and before you know it, we'll be in pre-season for 2027. Phillips, quick ball over the top. Apo trying to get in behind Burson. Now can she control it? Tia Apo is dispossessed as Burson just, again, looking so strong, so composed, and not at all out of place.
No, just used her body really well there just to shield the ball away and made it look really comfortable.
Now Friedman has already got one against City this season. Does she fancy a second? Not just yet. Oya. An option out on the left in the form of Muir, who's shifted flanks, but will roll behind for another goal kick.
I think if Friedman had her time again, she might have pulled the trigger there.
It's certainly one to watch as well, because Friedman, she can score. There's no doubt about that. 5 NPL goals this season, and she's started every league match for Olympic. And Kinsella inside finding Gibson. There is Muir putting on the afterburners, but Richards was already making her move. So that's over the top, looking for Hirakawa. And oh, that bounce. Just in that danger zone where it looked like Martel wasn't sure if it was going to go inside the 18-yard box.
Yeah, but did a tough one, did a top spin on the ball there, clipping behind. Martel did well. It's again another awkward one where the defender's not sure whether to do it or the keeper to come.
And I feel like you've played goalkeeper up to FQPL 1, so you've got some experience in the matter as well, where if a keeper starts to get in their own head, that's where you can sort of capitalise on those opportunities.
I think crosses particularly are one of those things. Once the keeper maybe comes out and drops one or doesn't come out for one and the other team scores, it's very easy to get in their heads, and it's very easy to get in your own head in goals. It can be a very lonely position, but I always say nothing better than making a big save and also just coming out for a cross and taking it cleanly. And Martel's done that to start this game, so you know, confidence is a big thing as a keeper. So I'd imagine she's going to kick on and keep playing well.
Well, some say that it's the hardest position on the field to play goalkeeper, although the some that say it are usually goalkeepers in and of themselves.
I would agree with that.
Here is Cowles. And strong work by Friedman to shrug off Fisher, who again doesn't seem too happy with the non-awarding of a free kick, and Upper will officially register a shot on goal there, and Richards will get a save for the tally. It's shifting from one side to the other. It's been a quick moving opening 32 minutes.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think City have seemed to do most of the build-up play coming down the left-hand side. Not sure whether a tactic or not, but that's seen where the opportunities are coming from. And even now you can sort of see the way that they're pressing, they're sort of forcing it to go to the Olympics' right side.
And both sides just happy to engage in some in-game tweaks here and there. Latham looks like she's dropping a little bit deeper from at least the start of the match. And Nikki Friedman, Georgia Muir all swapping sides and trying to find a way to break down the respective armour. And, well, speaking of armour, there's Phillips again. Plenty of red coming back to defend this corner as well.
Burson coming up from centre back. Trying to get a head on it. And it looks like they'll be crowding the 6-yard box again.
That feels like a tactic I've seen a lot over the last couple of years, is just get everybody in the 6-yard box to just try and make life as tough as possible.
Yeah, and you can see it at the high level as well, even the World Cup. Chaos can cause, who knows what can happen in chaos.
Look, I loved it in the Premier League this season, I'll just say that much.
I wish my team was in the Premier League. We're League One this year, Leicester City. It's been a shocking Shocking time.
Then goes the delivery towards the near post, and Muir with the header only as far as Oda, but
Counters on here.
Oda might have teed up something for Vecchio, and Burson will take the foul and just get a warning from Taylor Brotherston, the referee.
Yeah, it's a good foul. I'm not sure Burson meant it, because I think she got pretty close to winning the ball there, but it's a good foul. City now regain their shape, and Olympic now pushing up.
So both sides coming off frustrating results last weekend. Well, Olympic, they were at home against Gold Coast United in a game that, in all fairness, they probably felt like they should have won, but had to settle for a 0-0 draw, and more points dropped in the race for the finals, especially when you consider Lions beat Brisbane City 1-0 with that spectacular goal from Nat Tatham from a long way out. I wonder if we'll have a long way out goal here as Muir winning that foot race ahead of Gibson. But going back to last week, City had their chances against Lions. They just couldn't find a way to break down Stella Campbell's resolve, and had some wayward radars as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's two teams that defend really well, so I'm not surprised it sort of ended up where it is, and it's interesting. City and Olympic as well, quite a few draws, so not super surprising. But yeah, two very experienced teams, and stalemate sometimes happens in the games you think are going to be the most entertaining.
And at this time of year, draws aren't the most helpful result for either team. So just running through the ladder as it stands, or at least heading into kickoff. Here's Nori fancying her chances from range. So heading into tonight, Brisbane City, second place, 13 wins, 7 draws, 2 defeats. They were 3 points behind Gold Coast Knights, although Knights do have a game in hand. Although that game is against Lions. So it may not be an automatic 3 points there.
No, not a free hit, so to speak.
And then for Olympic, they come into tonight's game on 34 points, 9 wins, 7 draws, 7 defeats. And heading into tonight, they were 8 points behind Lions with 4 games to go. Lions have 6 because of 2 catch-ups against Knights and United. But essentially, for Olympic, they have to win tonight. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Finals, admittedly, are a long shot, but you want to give yourself the chance to play as many meaningful games as possible as the season rolls along. And for Olympic, it's pretty much now or never, but they've got a stern resistance in the form of a Brisbane City side that's looking for another trophy.
Yeah, and I think, knowing Cameron as you do, he wouldn't be, he'd be pushing them all the way. Every single game he wants to be meaningful, and I think, Olympic are one of those clubs in general that, they want to be up there at the top level, pushing for every single result.
Well, their only NPL women's finals appearance was in 2016, losing the semi 2-3 against Souths. Their women's program was reborn in 2021, and we had that split season that was actually kind of a lot of fun. Everyone played each other once, and then there was the top 9 and top 8 split. As Muir has to track back now. Is it turned over? Hirakawa into the box, takes on the strike. Will go towards the sideline. So since 2021, in that split, Olympic were relegated in 9th place. QAS took that spot. And then in Part 2, they actually won FQPL 1 Premiership and got promoted back to NPL. 7th, 9th and 9th for last year's FQPL 1 Premiership following their 2024 relegation. So this, again, knock on wood, there's still a long way to go, but it could well be their best finish in a decade. I just realised it's 2026.
No, and I think if you asked them at the beginning of the season, they probably wouldn't have said it out loud, but they probably would have taken it. But as we sort of said before, they're a very proud club and a club that wants to be pushing at the highest level in every competition they're in. So it's incredible season, but who knows, it could even get even better if a few results, including this, go their way.
Well, they have some distance to close down on Lions. And that's a heavy collision in the box as Martel was fully committed and took the ball and Hirakawa in the process. Go to the replay, Dan.
She comes out very strong here, as we'll see on the replay. Yeah, the knee up collide. Look, maybe I'm biased, but I would probably call that a free kick to the keeper, but I think I'd probably be the only one in the room that would agree to that.
Well, it's two players fully committed for the ball, I think, is the decision there, and so they'll just play it out.
Martel does well, and they're an awkward one again when your hands get hit in the air like that. It's very hard to sort of hold on to the ball there. She does well as they...
Star jumps from Monica Vecchio at the edge of the box to see if she can put Fisher up. And goes a corner again, ball. Looking to the near post. And not completely dealt with as yet, as City have the clear edge in the corners tally, 3-0. Burson to DeVerne. Oda tries one from range, and it's straight off the shoulder of Phillips. 5 minutes of normal time remaining in the first half as City put another cross in, and Martel strong again and just...
Not happy with the follow through there.
Well, there's a little bit of niggle in this game, a little bit of back and forth. I know, there are a few Olympic players not happy with how that last game went, losing 2-0 to Brisbane City back in May. And Franklin will target the car park with that clearance.
Across the road to Yeronga Football Club, that one.
It's always a fun part of Goodwin Park, is you wonder, which players have parked right next to the fence. Another throw-in coming the way of Brisbane City. It's after a fast start, both sides have settled into their rhythm as time will tick away. Again with that left-footed delivery over the top. Latham didn't get clean contact on it. Still there on the follow-up. It's DeVerne. Buries a chance. Brisbane City have the lead on the stroke of half-time. Olympic could not clear their lines. And it's 1-0 to the visitors. And those crosses have been peppering the goal so far. Latham with the Harry Kewell-esque air swing.
Martel comes out here again. It's a really good save, and the rebound comes through. Latham did enough there to sort of put her off while the ball was on the ground there, and three players coming through on the line couldn't keep that strike out.
And to be fair, I think that might be the best unintentional assist that I've seen from Latham this season.
Looked intentional to me, James.
And if it was intentional, I'll get a message about it 45 minutes after full time. Also one of the nicest players in NPL, Steph Latham. But Aaliyah DeVerne, with her second goal of the season, has given Brisbane City the lead, and now Olympic have to find a way to chase up down.
Yeah, it was a good finish considering three players were on the line there recovering. But yeah, with the goalkeeper out of the picture, it always makes it a little bit easier. I don't want to say it's been coming, but they've definitely in the last few minutes put a lot more balls in the box and putting a lot more pressure on.
And the delivery has just been so good, whether it's Kinsella, Gibson, Fisher. They're just seeming to find their range with the crosses as well, putting them in the, pardon the cliche, corridor of uncertainty.
Yeah, and they get another corner here where they'll probably load the box, and it's the second phase balls that they usually are causing the most damage. So once the ball comes out, putting it back in. It's a good time to score right before halftime. I think Cameron will be a little bit disappointed because I think they've dealt with it pretty well up until now.
But they have, and for City, it's basically the perfect outcome in terms of their title challenge as well, because they've got a lot coming up as well, including a head-to-head game against Gold Coast Knights. We'll tell you about in just a second once this corner is delivered. It's another one targeting that near post area, and Muir will play it behind. That catch-up, by the way, against Gold Coast Knights is on Tuesday, the 4th of August, down at Carrara. So those corners, they all seem to be targeting that near post area, and you can see that shift, which was caused by the call from the bench. Kinsella just putting herself right in front of Muir.
Yeah, I think they'll probably be hoping to get a little bit higher now that the front post is quite loaded up.
Finishes Hirakawa and Latham.
And they do
at the
go
back
long.
post. And that's so close. I thought that was in for half a second as Latham was waiting at the back post, but just a little bit of chaos getting invited into the Olympic box. Let's see the replay.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 3 corners in a row. They've gone the front post, and they've mixed it up with the most recent one going to the back post. And Latham sort of ghosting through at the end there and nearly got a tap in.
Well, if there's one player you want to leave ghosting through the back post.
It's a great touch.
All I hear is Arpo now looking for the equaliser. Richards is off her line. Last touch off the City keeper, and it is a corner. And that, I think, will be Olympics' first corner of the game, as Richards was at least appealing for the...
Richards came a long way there, had to win it and got a knee on it in the end. All right, call by the referee.
Who'd want to be a referee? So Uppo has come short and gets told to get out of it. It's a curling ball to the back post, and it's taken by Richards. It was taken and then spilled due to a foul.
Richards did really well there, getting through the bodies there, and did held it until on the way down they got caught.
Oda. Hirakawa back now, and Oda on the ball again. So she was left wing last season, and now she's playing as a centre back. Chihiro Oda.
It's an awkward ball back to the keeper here, and Martel does well.
So over goes City. Can they find one more goal before half time? As Olympic do seem to have been woken up a little bit by that concession. And that will be it for an eventful first half at Goodwin Park. Aaliyah DeVern's 41st minute strike. Here's what separates these two sides. Dan, some quick thoughts as we go to break?
Yeah, I mean, the game, we both spoke before the game and said we thought it'd be a bit of a edgy affair, and I think it's been quite a game where both teams not wanting to make mistakes. But I think City, as we sort of said, have been definitely coming down the left a lot more, putting a lot of crosses in. I think it was a matter of time before they got a bit of luck with one of those crosses, and yeah, they're going to half time 1-0 up.
Well, that is where we're going to leave you for the first half. We're going to step away and be back with the second half from Goodwin Park. Brisbane City 1, Olympic 0. We'll be back after this.
Excellence. Is it measured in likes, bottom lines, or the impact we make around us? The things we build, the students we inspire, the care we give. At CQ University, we recognise all kinds of excellence. We combine contemporary courses with more choices and real support to empower you to create the success that means more to you. Be with CQU.
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
Future game is changing, and so it's really important for us to understand that we're not developing players for the here and now, it's for the future.
It's extremely important to have an identity as a state. There's some key characteristics that we identified as being really important to Queensland players. The first one is creative, which refers to a player's technical ability, their base level technique and their X factor qualities. Second is courageous, how players influence the game, their levels of effort, their absolute desire displayed on the pitch. And then there's competitive, so their winning mentality, and that's got nothing to do with winning games. And that's a never say die effort, which is a hallmark of Queensland players in the past and something we want to continue to preserve.
That sort of frames everything we look for in a Queensland player. It's really important for every fan of every club, for every member, for every player to understand what it means to be a Queenslander, to lean into the nature of the Queensland spirit. I think this is the most exciting time for youth development in a long time in Australia. We've seen so many young Queenslanders move on to bigger and better things. We've seen so much national team representation, and we've seen a massive shift in terms of the focus on youth development in a professional sort of setting within the A-Leagues. So if you're a young Queenslander, it's our job at Football Queensland to ensure that we're giving every opportunity to players to reach that stage and support talent wherever it may be to reach the higher echelons of the game.
I think football is always my thing, yeah. I just love it. I love being a part of the team and I love winning. I played for Warriors in Townsville and it was really good and I learnt a lot and I felt like I was just having fun. I was really nervous at first because I'd played against these girls all growing up. Like I'd always been in the Townsville team, they'd been in the Metro teams, and I was really nervous because I didn't know whether I was good enough or whether I was just like overreaching. With the right support and the right coaching and the right programs to be identified, like carnivals, you can definitely get spotted and you can do it. From there, it's just how much you want it, really. The Queensland State Team program has helped me believe in myself because a lot of the time when I don't believe in myself, I don't perform as well, and that's probably what's let me down. Off the field, I'd say just like becoming a better person and more mature and friendly and outgoing, and I feel like helped me bring me out of my shell, I guess, yeah. I feel really, really grateful and really honoured that I've been selected and that I've been seen and identified to be good enough to play, just to have the opportunity to play in front of national team coaches, and I just feel like super confident, super eager. It's really good to see my kind of progression from not making it at all to making it. The Queensland State Team program can really help push you into the A-League teams, the Premier League teams, the Matildas representing your country, and that's something that I aspire to do. I think just the level of coaching and the intensity and playing in a better team definitely makes you a better player, and you kind of understand what you have to do to get to that level, and it's, yeah, really good.
This is a team in full flight, a player at the peak of their powers. Emily Kelly! Extraordinary! And there is Claire Polkinghorn to jab it over the line in Newcastle.
Welcome back, everybody, to Goodwin Park. It is Friday night special from the NPL Women's between Brisbane City and Olympic. James Cogman, Dan McElwain, your commentators for this fixture in round 24 as we close in on the final stages of this season. Olympic trying to keep their top 4 hopes alive. Brisbane City trying to keep their premiership hopes intact. And it is 1-0 to Brisbane City, courtesy of Aaliyah DeVern's 41st minute strike. Dan, what were your thoughts on the first half, and what are you looking for now in the second stanza?
Yeah, I think what we expected was a game that was going to be tight, and that's what we got. There was a few chances for City, and I think they probably went in, I wouldn't say undeserved, because I think they probably deserved to be up, but it was a really tight first half. Don't expect too many goals, but I wouldn't be surprised if we got another one in this game.
Question of which way, as Kylie Vecchio puts that cross in onto the head of Manon Burson, making her second straight start for City. Tia Apo had the best chance for Olympic in that first half. Very locked in coaches. What changes will they have brought about? Hirakawa trying to get the better of that battle with Cowles and keeping the chase going. Georgia Martell, who was very solid in the first half, but just couldn't contain that chance that led to Aaliyah DeVern's goal. But overall, a solid showing yet again. Yeah,
excellent. Even with the goal, she did really well with the first shot, and yeah, it's a hard one reacting to the second one, so she did really, really well there. I don't think, she'll be disappointed to concede, but I wouldn't say definitely not her fault considering she made the first save, and it was a good one as well. Made herself really big, blocked the angle, and was just unlucky in the end that the ball found a way through.
Both teams just testing their respective defenders. City's crossing in that first half got better and better as the game went on, and feeling that'll be a similar approach, at least to start the second half, as that's played out by Vic Franklin.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if they still target the right-hand side and then City's left-hand side with their attacking threats, because a lot of those crosses came from the left-hand side of City, and it's so far it looks like it might be the same sort of style with the ball here on the left.
Gibson and Kinsella on that left side were bombing forward multiple times just to try and fashion opportunities, and those deliveries were just getting more and more accurate as Anderson plays that away. So in terms of the title race as well, Gold Coast Knights, they are in action Saturday against the already relegated South Strikers. And you can never presume anything in football, but that does feel like pretty straightforward 3 points for Gold Coast Knights.
Yeah, you'd think on table position alone, it's as close as you can get to a lock as possible. But yeah, strange things have happened in football, especially this part of the season. You never know what a team can bring out.
And coming up on Tuesday, oh, here we go. It could break on that far side. Franco with the strike, and Cowles back in cover.
Yeah, great block. Used her body really well there to block the angle.
Back up the sideline. Cowles again with the intervention to not that clear, but City have got it back now. And Gibson will take on the strike from not a dissimilar range as to where she scored at this venue a couple of months ago.
Norris seems to have copped a bit of a knock there in the collision.
Might have gone as she tried to plant her foot, but she is back up on her feet and making her way back. I don't think anyone will question Ishinori's toughness.
No, and it looks like maybe a slight change now. We can see City pushing a lot higher than they did in the first half. And Olympic trying to beat the press there, and have somewhat did, but have given the ball away.
Oda. And from left to right, Burson. And that's been able to find Hirakawa. Closely by Phillips. Hirakawa back now. Here's Norrie. Lets it run smartly. Latham. And the block is made by Franklin. And she'll stretch out to thump that one up the line. But City really starting to turn the screws in the opening 5 minutes of the second half here at Goodwin Park.
Yeah, it was brilliant there by Norrie to let the ball go through her legs. And I think Latham had a good opportunity there. She just couldn't get the contact she would usually get on the ball.
And that is over hit, and through it goes to Martell. But yeah, when you look at it, Dan, that's, I mean, the advantage of having such experienced players at the high levels, where you've got Latham, A-League Premiership winner. Each Norrie won the NPL Premiership with Gold Coast United in that 2020 side. And Norrie made her A-League's debut at age 16 in 2013. Feels like she's been around forever, and that's probably why.
Yeah, and I think Olymp would be pretty... They've got away with that one, I think, in a way, because Latham's not usually going to not put those away. So if they give that away again, they could be in a bit of trouble.
Latham with 14 goals in all competitions, 13 in the NPL. One of the most dangerous strikers year after year for whatever team she is on.
Probably the only thing I've noticed so far as well in this second half is looks like Fisher's just pushing herself a little bit higher than she did in the first half. And they're almost, City were moving to almost looking like a 3 at the back, but it is a 4, just Fisher's sitting a lot higher when in possession.
And another cross into the box. Anderson with the header, and it's followed up and cleared away, finding Oya. Dispossessed T. Karaluka, who was a halftime substitute in midfield for Brisbane City. And Franklin with their header, and Latham is adjudged to have fouled Vic Franklin. And she's now back on her feet.
City have definitely upped the intensity. They've come out very eager to sort of put pressure on Olympic, particularly playing out the back, and they force a long goal kick that goes out, and they get the possession back.
I'm just confirming who that halftime substitution was, and I think it might have been the goal scorer, Aaliyah DeVerne, who is replaced. And now City with a phenomenal chance for a free kick here, as Fisher likely looking to put this on the forehead of someone in dark blue. Right-footed delivery from Fisher. Both hands up in the air. Signalling a ball to the back post. Phillips commanding header away, but first to react is Franco of the Elise variety.
Yeah, it was a good header there. It was an awkward cross in.
And Olympic just having to find a way out of their own end. You can see the rest of the City subs going through their warm-ups. Latham curls it in, and on the bounce, it's well taken by Martell. Again, that awkward landing spot for the cross.
It looks like the game plan's quite similar again, putting crosses into the box, putting pressure on Olympic.
It's allowed to bounce, and Oda losing out on occasion to Oya. Vecchio doesn't see a cross she likes, so she'll try and work it through on the ground. Apo on the turn and just couldn't get that pass out to Friedman on the left, but on the follow-up, Friedman in that second ball. Apo has made the run in front of her. And Oda just thumps that one away. Friedman already directing traffic in the box. Lofted ball towards the spot, and Muir stuck a foot out but couldn't direct it goalwards. Anderson. For Vecchio, deflected ball falls to Upper. Friedman watched closely by Fisher. And Burson heads it away, but only as far as Upper, and that strike will go flying into the netting behind Keely Richards' goal, but well, it's the best chance Olympic have had in probably about half an hour, 40 minutes of game time.
And you can hear the City bench just really trying to get their team to push up. They were sitting really deep there for a few phases of play.
Latham, Hirakawa in support, plays it out to Hirakawa, and Phillips again just right place, right time from the Olympic defender. Bounced by Anderson, and now Oya can't get away from Kinsella. Muir, well, probably at the opposite end of the pitch from where she'd like to be. Here's Muir tracking back, and that will go over the byline. Did you know, Dan, Georgia Muir was a contestant on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire at one point?
How did she go?
Don't think very well. Every new commentator gets that story.
There you go. I'd love to know the question that undid it.
I did see the video. It's allowed to bounce now. Latham, goal at her mercy. It's 2. And Steph Latham inevitably gets on the score sheet. Brisbane City double their advantage just before the hour mark. And it's Kinsella again with the delivery, and Hirakawa and Cowles battling for the ball, and Cowles feels like there might have been a foul there, but nothing doing, and well, Latham now with a goal and an assist.
Yeah, you can't give Steph Latham another chance after getting one just before, and scrappy, but another goal, and it's across again from the left-hand side. It's been a bit of a story of the game so far.
And Brisbane City's premiership push looks like it will take another step tonight. 2-0 up just before the hour mark.
Be interesting to see here how Olympic react to this, whether they change their shape a little bit, push a little bit further forward, some substitutions. It's a must-win game, so they might have to try something here.
We'll be keeping a very close eye on the happenings at Luxury Paint Stadium, which kicked off while we were in the halftime break. And, well, it's not great news for Olympic. Lions are already up 1-0 over Capalaba. And that game does mean plenty for Capalaba as well. They're trying to chase down Sunshine Coast Wanderers to avoid possibly being one of the bottom 2 sides that aren't QAS. Relegation playoff looms right now for the Bulldogs as it stands against North Lakes, although that could still change as well. If you're trying to do the maths on the ladders in NPL, men's, women's, FQPL men's and women's, good luck to you.
Well, it's a season where almost every league's got a battle at the top and the bottom. It's a lot of good games in every division over this weekend.
Yeah, as we move into the business end of the season. Person gets it forward to Franco, and Franco took it away from Karaluka on that occasion. City just so well organised defensively. Olympic have only really had half chances. Now Friedman over the top. Apo gets away from Bursentia. Apo from range gets it away. What a save, Keely Richards. That's one for the highlight reel.
Absolutely brilliant. Made herself so big there. I wish for her this was on another angle. She could see how big we made up. Left hand comes up. Huge save.
It's an unpleasant memory to bring up, but I think back to Emmy Martinez against the Socceroos in 2022. Just sticking the arm out, working the angles and making that necessary stop.
Yeah, brilliant. You can see why she has conceded so little goals this season. It's a brilliant save and a big save.
And goes that cross looking for someone in red. It's headed up, not dealt with, and eventually Hirakawa gets it away. It's allowed to run Friedman and Muir on this near side. Escaping out from behind the pole is Friedman and gets it to Muir, or Oya was the target of that pass.
It was a nice little reverse ball. I'm not sure it was meant for you in the end, but it's cut it regardless.
And Franklin tracking back and just giving her teammates a chance to reset.
Just back to the save, I think in the timings of the game, that goes in 2-1, it completely changes the momentum for Olympic, and I think it just keeps the game in City's favourites. Yeah, it's a huge save.
Well, especially Olympic, if they could have reduced it to a 2-1 scoreline so soon after conceding. That confidence would have done them wonders. Now Kinsella, though, can Olympic repel this threat? And eventually they do. Phillips scrambling across.
You see it a lot where a big chance happens down one end and they go down the other end and create another chance. And I thought we might have had that little moment there, but it was cut out well by the Olympic defenders.
Time is ticking away for Olympic season. As it stands, they will be officially eliminated from finals contention at about 10:30 local time tonight if the scores here and at Luxury Paint Stadium hold. Don't want to go Dan Fouts from the Waterboy and say last game of the year, Brent. Can't hold anything back just yet. Mostly because it's not the last game of the year, but anyway.
There's always something to play for. It's just finding that each week.
It's well defended by Olympic as Martel pushes that one out towards the sideline, and Fisher happy to shield that one over. And Ishinori will get an early mark by the looks of it. She's coming off. A second change now for Dante Sten. We'll confirm who has come on momentarily.
I think that Olympic might be possibly planning a few more subs soon. They might need to do something just to swing the momentum of this game.
Well, it is almost desperation stations as welcome to the game, Sonny Franco. As she got unceremoniously shoved to ground. Might have taken a bit of a heavy landing on that shoulder as well, as shoulders are a bit of a touchy subject at the moment after Alex Fechner's early exit on Tuesday night.
Yeah, poor Alex has had an incredible season so far. It's
an unfortunate way for it to end, but I think we know with Lions, they've got plenty of high-quality players, but it does also put the pressure on Penn Power to go on with it now. That's a big game coming up next weekend in the NPL Men's. Lions, Penn Power at Luxury Paint Stadium. Here comes the free kick from Fisher. It's another good delivery and headed away by the home side. Olympic just trying to find a way through, but when they're back defending in numbers, it's like Newell will have to go it alone. Can she hit the afterburners and get away from Karaluka? And it will bounce into the opening gloves of Richards. That's a good ball in behind, finding Kylie Vecchio. First time cross and too close to Richards. Upper was asking for a little bit more bend on that one, so it'll curl back to her.
It's good from Olympic though, being a lot more positive in possession here, just trying to get the ball forward into good areas.
For this Olympic side heading into tonight, 29 goals from 23 games. It's an area that they'll have to presumably look into, as defensively they haven't been too bad, just 27 goals conceded. When you look at City's ratio, which is now 53 goals scored and just 15 against, it hasn't quite, it shows, I suppose, the numbers they need to be reaching to really compete at that top end. They've done well so far this season, but it's just a level below, I think, where they will be hoping to get to.
Yeah, it's been a good first season back in the top flight, and again, sort of going back to points as well at home. They just haven't sort of been getting as many points that they have away, and I think that's something for next year that Cameron will be looking into, making Goodwin Park more of a bit of a fortress for them.
Well, it is a club that does feel like it's finding its footing once again in Olympic after the end of the Ben Khan era in the men's program, and the women winning the FQPL last season. It's a long way to those 5 straight grand final appearances, as that was a smart move by Friedman that just wasn't quite finished off. You can see the Olympic substitutes having to essentially retrieve the ball. It looks like we might be seeing Cleo Trevitt-Lyle very, very soon, getting some instructions from Cam folks. At the bottom of your screen, and just going to add some spark to this attack that has created chances. She might be getting a triple change by the looks of it. Franklin and Sonny Franco battling.
Yeah, I think Olympic have, the last 5 minutes definitely stepped into this game a lot more, been a lot more positive, but I still think they need to make a sub here just to sort of keep the pressure going, so they don't want this to swing back in City's momentum.
And Friedman has certainly grown into this match as well. Nikki Friedman over to Anderson. Monica Vecchio, first time passing behind for Oya. And with a curling strike that will curl right into the hands of Richards. Just over 20 minutes of normal time to go. Aaliyah DeVerne and Steph Latham, the goal scorers for Brisbane City. If you are just tuning in, James Coughlin, Dan McElwain on the call for you tonight as we have 4 weeks remaining in the regular season. Some Big news coming out from Luxury Paint Stadium. It is 1-1 between Lions and Capalaba. So that early lead for Lions is gone. Although it may not be enough for Olympic as they try to keep their slim top four hopes alive. They need 3 goals in 20 minutes against the team with the best defensive record in NPL.
Yeah, I mean, City can sit a goal every 132 minutes, so I guess stats-wise, it doesn't look too likely.
And Gibson just bumping Muir off the ball. That's a strong challenge from the fullback, Sonny Franco.
I think City will want to just hold possession now for a little bit, just to sort of take this edge off the last few minutes to regain a little bit more control.
These changes for Olympics, still waiting as order slips and over it goes for a Olympic throw in. No changes yet. Franklin with the throw-in down the line, and it's going to be a City throw-in. Just running through the weekend. Oh, we'll have those changes before we get to the weekend schedule. So it is Cleo Trevitt-Lyle coming on in number 13, replacing Kylie Vecchio. It is a foul against Franklin. I'm sure she's overly happy with that decision. Trevitt-Lyle, half of another sister act at Olympic, with Hallie also involved at the club, just not tonight. Yeah, that was interesting throw-in technique, but allowed to continue. I swear the throw-in technique gets more and more lax the higher up the levels you go.
Yeah, I'm sure if she got caught there, she would have got a bit of a team fine there. They're usually they're a good revenue boosters to team fines at the end of season.
Well, it's looking like it is going to be a tougher and tougher assignment for Olympic. Keeping in mind, this is a Brisbane City side that has won 1 premiership and 2 grand finals in the last 2 years. Not to mention the Queensland Cup last season.
And a team that just hate conceding goals.
Yeah, well, they've only lost 2 games all season, and that defence is a very, very big reason why. And I think as well, the fact that it's had some changes as the season goes along. Kinsella was a mid-season signing from the Raw. Oda has been playing all over the pitch. And, I mentioned as well, Mia Green now absent. It's a pretty solid effort considering how many players they've had to play back there. You usually associate the best defences with stability. And, well, there has been quite a bit of stability. It hasn't always backfired. Now Trevitt-Lyle getting the ball back. Karaluka across in cover.
I just think having experience in goals with Richards is going to sort of breed confidence, because when players like Burson come in, they look like they've been there all season. I think having a experienced keeper behind you that talks you through the game that Richards would do, it makes life easier for the defenders in front of that.
Says the keeper again.
Says the keeper. I don't do that, though.
You talk, just not encouraging.
Yeah, not encouraging. Nothing constructive.
We won't repeat some of those words on air. Rhino back with the block and now looking to tee up Elise Franco. And Martel, well, she got all of that one. And she'll get another chance as well, hit to find Upper on the halfway line, but Oya is fouled. A quarter of an hour to go. Changes coming. Elise Franco looks like she might be getting an early mark.
Wonder where this one's going to go. Keeper taking the...
Martel into turn provider, can only find Karaluka. Franklin fully committed in that challenge with Sonny Franco. And Chloe Dale was the player brought on. It's Gibson storming down that sideline and Rinsey throw in. Back for Franco, curling to the top of the box, headed away by Cowles, only as far as Fisher. Hirakawa going to weave her way through. And Franco, does she fancy a strike from range? It's curling, it's off the crossbar. Well hit there from Sonny Franco, chasing her first NPL goal of the season. He'd score in the Kappa Queensland Cup against Yeronga.
It opened up for her there, didn't it?
All sorts of space, and with the way that was curling, I thought that might have just snuck in under the crossbar.
Yeah, it was a great hit, and I think it would have absolutely finished the game up there, I think. So Olympics still have a mild hope.
There's something to hold on to, though. Trevitt Lyle. And find Karaluka, and Phillips now under pressure from Lathan, has to get sideways and some help to clear their lines. Tested down by Oya. Sees Monica Vecchio out on that sideline in acres of space. Muir's calling for the ball, but Burson does not let it through on the first attempt. Now it's Muir. Back it goes. Monica Vecchio. Over the top, and she'll get the return ball, but couldn't control it. And get the handball as Fisher had her appeals heard. And more changes for Olympic, potentially.
Yeah, it was a great little chip ball over the top. Couldn't quite control it, but I think City's defensively, they were excellent. They got a lot of players behind the ball again. Again, transition, City is showing a lot of experience and quality to get players behind the ball and into the box to defend.
Well, there is at least one change for Olympic. Sarah Burtonshaw is on in number 30. Looks like it's throwing everything at the wall now for Cam folks. As City are just looking so professional as they close this one out. And Gibson, does she fancy Taking a strike on, couldn't get the angle for, or to move a little bit closer towards goal.
Quick release and
For something. So Oya looks like she's dropped a little bit deeper, and Burtonshaw is leading the line. Izzy Anderson, who is the player replaced. And Dale trying to put the cherry on top. And Burson again just reading that one so well.
great tackle and great use of her body there. But yeah, as you said, read that really well. It came from behind the player and yeah, was still able to get a foot in and break up the attack.
So coming up this weekend in NPL W, we've got Lions Capalaba, which is about an hour behind where we are at the 8:30 kickoff. Then tomorrow, 6 p.m, South Strikers hosting Gold Coast Knights, and East will look to pick up another 3 points in their quest for a top 2 finish as they take on the QAS. And then the Capital Queensland Cup semi-final, Edge Hill against Gold Coast United, Sunday 2:30 p.m. It just sums up the night that Olympic have had when they try to clear their lines. It just hasn't gone to plan, and now another turnover. Dale. Uppo not giving up the cause, trying to dispossess Kinsella.
You hear the instructions from the sideline from City, just wanting to keep the ball and just take a bit of the chaos out of this last few minutes. As it's
Gibson back to Kinsella and Otter. Well, the clock is City's best friend at the moment as they try to close out what would be their 14th win of the season. Franco shrugs off that first challenge, gets away from Oya, and now looking to play it over the top for Murakawa, but Martel quick to react. Quick apology there from Gibson to Oya. She might have worn a little bit of that as well. And then we do have on Wednesday night Gold Coast Knights against Lions, so that round 18 catch-up match. Oh, that's a turnover now. Franco bearing down on goal, one-on-one with Martel. Franco to seal it off the post. Oh, that was the second time this half when Brisbane City have hit the woodwork. And it was a solo effort from Sonny Franco.
Yeah, it opened up for her there, and she did all the hard work, won the ball quite high up the pitch near halfway, came through and did well not to score that off the inside post. It looked
like it was going to spin back in.
Yeah, it was one of those ones where I think if he does it again after this, it probably will go in.
And I think, based on the sounds coming from the sideline, Eva Heron might be in the match as well. There she is in number 12. And that's the sub windows used by Cam folks. We're back to towels as mathematically, as these scores hold, there'll be a 9-point gap between Olympic and Lions, but Lions with those 2 catch-up games in hand as well, and it will be hard to imagine them not getting at least 1 point on their run home, which has the catch-up against Gold Coast Knights on Wednesday. Next weekend, they're away to South Strikers. And then it is coming up with the Sunshine Coast Wanderers in round 26, catch up against Gold Coast United in round 18, and then the final day they are at the QAS. So that's what's to come for Lions. We'll go through Brisbane City's run home momentarily as they're in that premiership battle it's getting heated now between Phillips and Franco. Still some feeling in this one.
Yeah, and there hasn't been a card yet in this game, so I think it's surprised nothing sort of came out from that one. I think Olympic a little bit frustrated with proceeding so far.
And their season likely coming to an end in this fashion, but it's Franco looking to curl that one in. And more changes. The last one's coming for Brisbane City. And Latham and Fisher. We'll confirm those subs when we see them. Well, it's all a little bit chaotic at the end of this match, but it is Millie Sargent on for her first appearance of the season.
Straight away pressing super hard, trying to win the ball.
Really trying to escape the pressure and just crowd it out in numbers. City, well, they want to see this one out to the finish. Latham might have been the players taken off. So that run home coming up for Brisbane City. This will put them right in the mix yet again for the premiership. They are trailing Gold Coast Knights on goal difference, although Knights do have catch-up and are yet to play this weekend. Franco went close before, and that was a little bit further away. So Brisbane City right now, 49 points, 23 games played. Knights, 49 points, 21 games played. So for Brisbane City, they have Capalaba at Spencer Park next Saturday, and then round 18 catch-up on the 4th of August, away to Gold Coast Knights. City then in round 26 are taking on QAS at Nudgee, and then round 27 they close things out with an away trip down to Coplix to take on Gold Coast United. And Sargent now looking to make an instant impact. Does she fancy a strike from range? And there's not enough power on that.
She did well to make something of it. And just couldn't generate the power in the field position.
To play that through for Gibson. Watch closely by Franklin as that's out for a goal kick as we tick towards the 90th minute here in this round 24 clash between Olympic and Brisbane City. Sargent is throwing herself around into plenty of challenges. Dale. And behind, Cal still has enough in the tail. Oh no, it's disaster for Olympic. It's an own goal. Callie Cowles and Georgia Martell not on the same page. And City have their third goal of the night.
Yeah, it's terribly unlucky, but again, it's the high pressure coming from the two Brisbane City substitutes up top, just putting pressure, running everything down and forcing an error there to wrap up the game, basically.
Yeah, that'll just be that little extra exclamation mark for Brisbane City as if goal difference is going to be very, very important in this premiership race. They need every single one they can get. Especially as Knights do have that potential fill-up tomorrow. How about that from Kinsella? Just completely unmoved after barreling in for that challenge.
You got to love it. Late in the game, 3-0 up, still going 100% into the tackle and finishing the game as she would have started it.
And Cowles, as she is dispossessed by Georgina Toom. Who's also coming on at that last change. Turn up. Yes. Pass in behind looking for substitute Burton Shaw, but not given. Friedman looking to work the 1-2 with Burton Shaw, and the substitute striker will get there first, but not past Hirakawa. Cowles, I think, letting her frustration get the best of her there, just tugging back on Sargent. How much more added time will we have to play out here? Dan, it's been another professional performance from City, and I've held out this as long as I can, but it looks like it's going to be their 12th clean sheet of the season.
Yeah, they've been excellent, and I think Olympic haven't created a lot, but they did have that huge chance at 2-0. We remember from a incredible save by Richards in goals. But other than that, it haven't really created too much. I think defensively, Brisbane City are just in transition defensively, are just excellent. They come back 2 blocks of 4 and just look really, really solid defensively, and you can see why they haven't conceded many goals this season.
So well drilled, so well organised, and
a bit of time wasting here.
When surely at this point you're just asking the ref, can we just get this over and done with? We'll just wait for that final whistle from Taylor Brotherston.
Goes, as we are near the end of the game, all food in the canteen is half price. So before you leave today, make sure you come get some food for half the price to fuel your journey home.
One for the road. And Franco just happy to hold it in the corner, and City's premiership push will continue with a comfortable 3-0 win at Goodwin Park. Dan, we were just talking about it before, but that's what you expect from a title contender.
Yeah, they were excellent. Great game, and I think good momentum for City coming to the end of this business end of the season.
Definitely. The goal scorers, Aaliyah DeVerne in the 41st minute, Steph Latham in the 58th, and then at the end of normal time, an own goal made it 3-0. That is where we're going to leave you, Dan. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, James. Good to be here. Great game.
Certainly. And well, for Dan McElwain and myself, James Colgan, thank you very much for your company. Final score for the final time, Olympic 0, Brisbane City 3. Good night.
We look forward to welcoming all you Olympic faithful back to another game here at Brisbane Park in the very near future. And a very safe journey home to all the Brisbane City fans who've made the journey here this evening. Just a reminder, there is half-price food as you do leave the ground this evening, so make sure you check it out on your way out of the venue. Thank you.